Brevity is the soul of wit, said Shakespeare. So, to stay true to that insight, the purpose of this video is, within a matter of minutes, to disclose to you how to become a genius at something. Notice the qualification, how to become a genius at something. So, what better place to start with the man whom many consider genius personified, Mozart. Yes, that Mozart who, by the age of 7, he was already composing sublime symphonies. When Mozart was asked for his secret to genius, he replied simply, love, love, love. That is the secret to genius. Think about that for a second. Mozart, again, a guy composing symphonies at a time when most people are playing with Legos, didn't come up with some fancy formula, or say you had to get some pricey degree from Harvard to become a genius. He simply echoed that old Beatles song, all you need is love. Dun, 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 dun. Now, this sounds too good to be true, right? But here's the catch. The most precious of all words known to the human language, love, is tossed around so frequently that we take for granted its true meaning. Love, though it's a noun, also functions as a verb. So, by love, Mozart meant it in both senses of the term. In other words, if you truly have love for something in the sense of its noun form, that deep attachment to your beloved, then you prove it with actions. If you love your girlfriend, on Valentine's Day, she cares far more about you taking her out on a cool date, or buying her flowers, or even taking the time out to write her a heartfelt card. Simply just saying I love you won't do, buddy. In reality, love when expressed as a verb is far more important. So, to Mozart's point, if you really want to achieve genius at something, then you better develop love for that activity. And as Mary J. Blige once sang, I'm talking about that real love. That kind of love for chess that Bobby Fischer had. So deeply in love was Fischer with chess that he devoted all his time and energy to mastering the game. His mother even took him to see a shrink. She thought something was unhealthy about his preoccupation with the chessboard. Remember that word, preoccupation. The kind of love Mozart was talking about was the sort of love Tiger Woods had for a golf ball while growing up. I once read an article that said something along the lines of Wood practiced golf so much that his wrists occasionally became swollen from repeatedly swinging a club. Because repetition is the father of learning, practice must make perfect. Another key term to remember is practice. Experts estimate that it takes 10,000 hours of dutiful practice to become an expert at something. Well, though the number 10,000 is arbitrary, it nevertheless underscores the point. Unless you treat a certain activity as though you would fall madly in love with it, forget about genius. There's another key expression, fall in love. The self-taught mathematician Ramanujan was so in love with mathematics that his family would literally have to spoon-feed him his meals. Clearly, Ramanujan had an obsession for doing this task. Such is the case for genius expressed in any form. The golf ball was for Tiger Woods what the celebrity is to her stalker. The point I'm trying to get at here, and Mozart too for that matter, was best expressed by Mr. Genius himself, Albert Einstein. Not long ago, I had the good fortune of coming across a classic piece done on Einstein in the New Yorker. Apparently, the writer of the piece, a guy named Niccolo Tucci, I think, had a mother-in-law who had been childhood friends with Einstein. So Tucci wrote of a memorable visit to the icon's home in Princeton. His mother-in-law, whose brother was also a physicist or mathematician, hadn't even achieved anywhere near the level of success that Einstein had. So Tucci's mother-in-law asked Einstein why hadn't her brother also been blessed with such good fortune. Guess what Einstein's response was? This is a very good sign, said Einstein. Your brother, Michel, is a humanist, a universal spirit. He's far too interested in too many things to become a monomaniac. Only a monomaniac gets what we commonly refer to as results, said Einstein. Bingo. Monomania is the secret to genius. This was Mozart's point. Monomania, granted, it does carry a somewhat negative connotation, but hey, so does genius. I'm sure you've heard the line that separates genius and insanity is fine indeed. To truly realize genius requires being a misfit in some way. Besides, you can't be ordinary and achieve something extraordinary. In other words, unless you find that activity with which you can be obsessed as to do it every day for hours with an almost fanatical passion, forget about it. If you ever get a chance, watch Steph Curry pregame routine. That means before the actual game starts. I mean, this guy, he dribbles, he shoots, he sweats profusely before the game, almost an hour and a half before the tip-off even begins. And so you ask yourself, what makes me an expert on a subject? The proof's in the pudding. So check out some of my writing online to see if I really have the goods. Matter of fact, there's a pretty good article on Genius posted below. In the next video on Genius, I'll share with you how to discover your genius. Till then, God bless.